boom one, and the way he's kicked, you think it's got to go at least to the 20 or maybe inside the 20. Denver has no timeouts left. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to situations like this, but that's what I would do.
You sound like you would. You'd run it, go ahead and use the 40 seconds or so. Third down, 3rd and 7. They come after Breeze, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose. Wild scramble for it. John Lynch on the blitz, and the recovery by the Chargers.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
We talked about it earlier. They have been doing this all day from this side, and the Chargers have not seen it or reacted well to it. Drew Brees should have seen him sneaking up there, but they're fortunate. The pass is not incomplete. They recovered, so the clock keeps moving.
Boy, I tell you, Reggie Hayward had a chance. I mean, it happens all so fast, but he could have caught that almost in full stride. So back comes Cyphers on the field, but all the way back at the 23. Clock running with 1:10. Big pressure. End over end kick. They're going to have roughing the punter. That will close out the game. They got to Cyphers. Sam Brandon ran into him.
Well, I tell you what, that is going to be really close. It could be, well, that's going to be roughing probably. Could be running into, but when you're in the act of putting the football, foot still in the air, that is roughing.
It's only 5 yards.
I'm not sure he hit him, Jim. From my angle, which is far away, it looked like there was no contact.
Running into the kicker. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Oh.
5 yards only from the previous spot.
It's not the big one. Remember,
First down.
it was 4th and 18, and let's talk about acting performances.
How about that?
No wonder Brandon was making his case.
Now, I thought when the punter's leg was in the air and you hit him, that would be roughing because he cannot protect himself at all. But I did have a pretty good angle. I did not think there was contact.
Okay.
Cyphers did have to draw his legs in, though, to keep from being hit.
So Smith back, and the Broncos' hopes stay alive. Little pressure this time, and a big boot again.
Wow, what a punt.
Driving Smith all the way back to the 20. Shakes past the first tackler, and a second. He's at the 30, and it's the punter, Cyphers, who makes the tackle at the 42-yard line. 52-yard punt, 21-yard return, and Plummer and company come out trying to get in Elam range.
The punt is so good, it gives Rod Smith some space, but look how tough. Stiff arm, right to the chest, gets him free for that extra 15, an extra 20 yards down the field.
Stiff arm, Matt Wilhelm.
Matt Wilhelm, yeah, linebacker. Rod Smith is just, he has come up big for the Denver Broncos today, which he's done so many times in the past.
Jason Elam, of course, had that try last week in the foul weather. It was a high snap, and 43-yarder was blocked, but he has made 5 kicks in his career here from over 50 yards. Ball knocked loose, incomplete. Intended for Putzier. Johnny Edwards helped knock it loose with 45 seconds remaining.
Well, if there is a good direction to go, there's not much wind on the field, but what wind there is behind the Denver Broncos.
Triandus Luke is in, number 10 for the Broncos, as a 5th receiver. On 2nd down, Plummer goes for the big ball, looking up for Lee, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Quentin Jammer was defending. Well, that's one of those passes where, as Coach Shanahan told us, that ball goes up, and usually he's coming down with it.
Well, I tell you what, it's good reaction by Quentin Jammer. He actually pulls the helmet of Lee off and goes on and pulls it off. That would make you nervous.
3rd down. 3rd down for Denver. Pressure. Plummer, incomplete. incomplete. Sean Phillips with the pressure. 32 seconds and 4th down on the way.
What a day for Sean Phillips. He has done a little bit of everything, but they need pressure on Jake Plummer, so he doesn't have the extra time, makes him throw the football away.
What a moment this is. I'll tell you, I've always loved AFC West football. All these teams and the excitement they bring, and there's no bigger play in the division up to this point this year than this one right now. On 4th down, Plummer throws, snagged out of the air for a 1st down. That's Darius Watts.
What a catch. The ball got away from Jake Plummer, but Darius Watts still went up and got it.
Not an easy catch. Clock running. Spike play with 18 seconds. What a catch by Watts.
This ball completely came, or the ball came completely out of Jake Plummer's hands. Probably a little wet. Like you said, what a catch.
Again, Jason Elam at this stadium, 5 of 6 from 50 and beyond, including one time a 55-yarder here at Qualcomm Stadium. This point right here would be 64 yards. They need to get it obviously much closer as Plummer throws too high. That was for Lely, and that's one of those dangerous passes that would have, had it been caught, would have been brought down in play and would have been able to get back to the line in time.
Yeah, that's all they were trying to do. Now, if you throw it inside and you get tackled, I don't know if you can kill the clock. But that last play, Jim, that was the right thing to do. Go inside. If he caught it, you still had time to spike the football and try about a 55-yard field goal.
3rd and 10 from the 14. Plummer pump fakes, goes down the middle, and again, it's incomplete. Oh, that time Watts looked like he had it for a moment.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't catch it.
Clock would have run out.
The game would have been over. Down the middle of the field.
Why go down the middle of the field at this time?
Well, it's just not a good decision.
You know, they're going to go for it here. You know, let's remember, Elam, one time in his career, kicked a 63-yarder at home, tying the Dempsey all-time mark.
You've got to throw it outside. You can go left. The quarterback can throw it left and long.
And they stopped the play. Timeout called by the Chargers. And from here would have been 64. Not even a consideration in these conditions. Not the rarefied air that they have back home. And 8 seconds to go and 4th down. And again tonight on CBS, it's 60 Minutes. It's Bob Dylan with his first television interview in almost 20 years. Cold case and a very Merry Christmas.
Well, let me just say this. Whatever the Broncos design and do, the football must go towards the sideline. So do you have an inside receiver go up the field and break out? Or do you have one of the outside receivers just run down the field and break out to the sideline, catch it, and go out of bounds?
Plus, you got to get the 10 yards.
Well, that's right. You got to get. Now, they did. San Diego was playing a defense before the timeout was called that would have allowed a throw to be thrown to their left side. They could pick up the 1st down and still have a second or 2 left.
McCardell urging on the defense.
You know what? It looks like it's there, down at the bottom.
Everyone on their feet. As Plummer throws short, Watts has to make a play. He stays in bounds, and that will do it.
Wrong side.
The San Diego Chargers have won it 20-17. Chargers take a 2-game lead in the AFC West. Watts made the catch, had the yardage for the 1st down, but he cut back inside, and the clock expired.
He had to cut back inside because he had to pick up the 1st down, Jim. If he goes out of bounds too quick, the game would have been over, but there was a chance to go to the other side. There were not 2 defenders to Jake Plummer's left, and Mike Shanahan wants to know what a mistake we just made. Here it comes, 8 seconds to go. Looks like he definitely has to go back inside to pick up a first down. No opportunity to get out of bounds.
The San Diego Chargers have won 6 straight games to take a 2-game lead in the AFC West. What a game. Comes down to the final play as they celebrate in San Diego. For Phil Simms and Scott Kaplan, Lance Barrow, Mike Arnold, and the crew down in the truck. Jim Nance saying so long you've watched the NFL.
Primetime lucky week 13. Chris Berman with Tom Jackson. And you know what? Some games real low scoring at half. Some games off the abacus at the half. We had an interesting day today.
Yeah, but a great week. A lot of divisional games this week. So we're going to get some things decided, at least start to.
And some upsets possibly with 10 divisional games. One of them being the Bengals at the Ravens. So here we go. The Bengals, of course, at 58 points last week. But could Carson Palmer continue it in Baltimore against that rock-solid Baltimore defense? Early on, no. It was 13-3 Baltimore. And here we go again with Ed Reed. He does it every game. And then he switches hands and he said, what? But Chris McAllister jumps off the Tallahatchie Bridge. That crest is too big in the middle of that field. The Billick crest, too big. But anyway, look at McAllister winding, bobbing, weaving. 20-3 Ravens, and that's it with them. Right? They're at home. It's 20-3. That's it. Maybe it's not it. It's now 20-10. No. Palmer to Chad Johnson. It's 20-17. Now, 23-17, Carson Palmer to TJ. You say Houshmandzadeh, I say Houshmandzadeh. Now, what happens is they call them for a flag for celebrating, and so it's assessed on the kickoff.
You know, I'm not big on celebrations, you know that, but what a touchy call. What a touchy call.
So Baltimore gets much better field position with its assessed on the kickoff, but then Brian Simmons comes up with the ball after Chester Taylor fumbles, and that could do it until no. Ravens down 24-23 here. Get a break with illegal contact called on the Bengals' Torrey James. So Baltimore keeps it. Jamel White down the sideline for a big game. Matt Stover, he's automatic. 26-24, Baltimore. Now, just over a minute to play. 2nd and 19. There's Houshmandzadeh. A big gain inside the Ravens' 45 with 35 seconds to go. Tick, 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 tick. Wow, it's Chad Johnson over the shoulder inside the 10. Shane Graham, crackers for everybody. Good. What a stunning loss for the Ravens and a huge win for Cincinnati. 27-26, have to be down 17th in the fourth quarter. Both of their receivers had 10 catches for 161 and 171. The first Bengal win on the road against a winning team in 42 tries dating back to Sam Weiss 1990.
1990, and a credit to the coach of this football team, Marvin Lewis. And look at the growth, because this is the thing I've enjoyed now as we get to the end of the season and toward the end of the season. Carson Palmer, just look at the numbers. Look at what he was able to do in a comeback effort for the Bengals.
Now, speaking of another team coming back, the Buffalo Bills after an 0-4 start. If they can win at Miami for rookie coach Mike Mularkey, they'd be 6-6. Bills special team. Opening kickoff. 4 yards deep is Terrence McGee. And look at this. Makes the cut. And he could go all the way for the Bills' 5th team record, 5th kick and punt return touchdown this season.
Bills special teams.
Yeah, the Bills special teams. This game turned out to be a wild game, though. Early on, A.J. Feely looked like this. Donald Lee, touchdown. 3 touchdowns, Feely, in the first 12.5 minutes. 21-14 Miami, game on. Now, with just seconds left in the third quarter, 24-21 Dolphins, Drew Bledsoe to Lee Evans. Remember the 68 Olympics, Tommy Smith, Lee Evans, fist in the air, touchdown. Bledsoe threw 4 on this day, 28-24. Just before the 2-minute warning, you said it.
I said Feely could rush up and throw an interception for a touchdown before the 2-minute warning.
And he did. The big fella, Pat Williams, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.